okay.
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorans! Hi, folks, it's your host with the most, talking about the one man to stand face to face against ghosts coast to coast. Yours truly, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert II, freelance author, artist, sword master, and now happily retired paranormal consultant. Yes, folks, you can keep the lights on here by buying my books, The Simple Sword, The Fighting Axe, and The Simple Spear. Still waiting on my happy copy to come from Amazon. Also, my Big Stompy Robots line of books, which will be getting a little bit of highlight in the near future. Not right now. Not right now, folks, because I have some pressing news for you. Yes, dear listeners, viewers, and friends, this is a happy Friday. And not just any Friday. We're coming into Labor Day weekend. So all you people who are planning to partay for the next 3 days after this is done, and especially all you people smart enough to slip out of the office unseen early, I'm pulling for you because we got to get in there, get this together. My recommendation is the Earl Park Festival, where you can hear bluegrass, get all the fatty foods you can desire, and have all the fun of a fair, all compressed into one insane little event held only in Earl Park, Indiana, right off of US 41. Now, I'd like to remind everyone that this year's channel is brought to you by Joe Bachman at Joe Bach Tech Apps, and it's a beautiful day. Now, we're going to do some quick accountability. Situational, and then we can get into your comments, because as much as I am a wonder to behold and someone everybody wants to hear about, I have a dying and aching need to find out the question I posed last Wednesday, which is, what's on your creative bucket list? So before we get into that, accountability. One, this show may be interrupted more than usual. One, a small town of 300 plus, allegedly, goes up to 10,000 over a weekend. It strains the infrastructure a bit. So if I cut out more than usual, as I have been while they adjust it, which apparently is an annual thing. Don't worry, everything is copacetic and we'll make it work to the best of our abilities. Further on the tech front, a huge thanks to the Historical Fencing Guild Patreon, who allowed me to have the funds to purchase this. Now, those of you who remember Wednesday, I had problems with my Tuesday I had problems, and then Wednesday, not wanting to talk to peripherals and everything shutting down. So when you have a digital problem, you go analog for the solution. This is my new hub. And once I get it plugged in, which I will not be doing for live today because that would be stupid, I will be able to run all my happy devices with a push of a button so that my poor computer isn't overdone. Another huge shout out to the amazing Cindy Koepp, who I will be plugging later, for the donation of the lovely boom mic and filters. So if I sound a little different and hopefully better, let me know. If it's muted or needs to be adjusted, let me know that as well. So, creativity-wise, I have been doing a lot of the background study and research. I am working on improving my skills with digital art, and that is going to feed into my personal bucket list. Now, I have a very specific game I've tried to design for many years that will be play tested this autumn. I just have to get a hold of my playtesters. Hi, Joe. And Trey, if you're listening from wherever you may or may not be, and a few others, possibly Richie. He's an original playtester for BSR, I believe. So I want to get the third and final main level of BSR done. I want to do at least one graphic novel. That has been on my wish list for a long time. And as I have the tools and I am getting my hands back artistically, as anyone who's been following Nick T, deviantart.com/Nick T, or my Instagram, Nick T _artist, or any of my other things, I tend to share my art around. Share your art around. Anyway, you'll find that is all improving my margins as I work on different areas. And with people like Brian K. Morris to help me improve my writing, and people like Luke Stone to help me improve my art and mechanical skills, I think this can really come together. So that is something on my bucket list. I have a whole bunch of games, and including putting my D&D setting of 30 years. I've been running in this campaign setting. I'd like to get it compiled. The problem is I've done across so many editions, it may have to wait for the base +2 fantasy system. Ooh. Yes. I am planning to take my engine as soon as I'm done with the assorted edits on it through our own Luke Stone and Beth Stone, who is my current editor. I'll be looking into setting up my fantasy version. And then I may be taking several of my titles that already exist in part, like Dusk Falls over Ravencleft Gorge, and converting it. That way I have proper full-scale game modules to accompany the happy little game I'm making. So that's my current in-works bucket list. I have several novellas floating around that are all going to be beaten on, and one actual novel-length project that I said I'd never publish, but I may just shamelessly take an axe to and do it. I'm not sure yet. Oh, and 2 children's books. But before I go any more into me, let's go into the interesting people in the chat. And as I get to the interesting people in the chat, remember to like, share, and subscribe, as several of them will probably threaten you if you don't. And I, of course, can't control the actions of my chat. Doesn't mean I can't profit from them. But other than that, let's see what you have to say. And at 9 o'clock, we were joined, so I'm starting about an hour behind, by our own Joe Bachman. Good morning and happy Friday, Nevermornings. Yes, happy Friday to you. Looking forward to this long holiday weekend of not having to play. live-action Frogger on the interstate. I hope you have a blast. As for my accountability this week, I am just under halfway through the coding tutorials I've been working on. Rock on! Rock on, Joe. That's what we want to see. Only a little over 200 more video game segments to go. That's what we need to see. And I added game in there because Freudian slip. I want Big Stompy Robots to be a game. And I have been forced to go beyond my ego and realize, though I probably could attempt to do everything, if I have someone who's better at it, like my dear friend Joe, why not talk him through what I'd like it to be and work on finding out how to make assets for him and see what we can do there, because I think that would be awesome. Don't you, Joe? I think you do. My setup's at a funky angle, so I'm getting used to some things. Don't mind me. And Michaela Jade is coming in smooth. Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Nick. And good morning, Michaela, for both me and Joe. I hope you are keeping the swagger in your work and keeping a smile on your face. Joe's working from home today since the contractor is just moving wall from one side to the other. Figured I'd try to get through a few more tutorials before the show starts. Rock on! And good morning, kids. Good morning, Mr. Brian K. Morris of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Risingtide.pub. Hashtag bring Cookie home. Our originator, our progenitor, he who made so much of this all possible. How the heck are you doing, bud? The man who truly defined the fact that fezzes are cool. I take my hat off to doff it to you, sir. Now, good morning, Joe and Michaela. For once, I did not wake up at 4:30 despite Calvin's best efforts. Slept until 6 and am still tired. Well, the still tired is not good. Sleep is vital, guys. And I know we all kind of glamorize working through it and not sleeping. Lord knows I've done that enough. But I'm paying severe medical prices for that. So I don't think that juice is worth the squeeze. I also noticed it's a little dark in here. Let there be light. That's a bit better. It's a little shinier on you guys. Let's see, Brian. And we're greeting Brian. And hello, Donna, Carly, Carlene. How is your morning? I do hope everything's going good. Good morning, Morgan. Good morning to you. Ba-doom, boom, boom. What is the sleep you speak of? Sleep is the time where you reset your mental software. Let's say you compile everything, or else you end up with psychosis and memory loss. I've been busy wrestling the humor group into shape and not getting us banned, and that my coffee got cold. Be back. Oh, who's doing bannable things? I try to keep things steady. I read about your recent insomnia. Thanks, Carl. It's been almost 2 months of this. I talked to other long timers, and I remember it could be worse. Hey, count your blessings. There's a whole Brian. If you're having problems, I can give you the whole list because I am definitely a long-term insomniac. When I worked as a direct care professional, because of my insane schedule, it broke pretty much permanently my circadian rhythm. So along with that and the fact that I have the classic ADD/ADHD circadian rhythm, which is displaced, where I do not like to go to sleep till about 2 in the morning, and then I want to sleep till 10. That is my natural sleep schedule, and it's not healthy. So I do understand it. Let me know if you need assistance. And let's see, Michaela, thank you for all the suggestions on those ads. I plan on putting them together later. Yes, the long tail of symptoms that have some people tired for nearly a year. Yes. Accountability. Finish both editing jobs. Yeah, celebrate that. Do a little dance. Make a little love. Get down tonight. A brief celebration tonight. You know where? Yes! I may try to pop in depending on how the Historical Fencing Guild show goes and how well my internet is, because I may be fighting just to be able to broadcast. But we're going to try, because we got to party for our friend Carl. Uncle Carl in the house. And speaking of in the house, remember, October 8th, 10 till 2 at the Benton County Public Library. FezCon. Where several great men and me will come together for the glory of hawking our wares and having a grand time. Which reminds me, I have to do a big order. Thank you for that. Oh, and I got contacted by the press in Mattoon to try to get coverage at Silcon for the Mad Gasser Cheerleader book. Yes! Rock on. Put yourself out there. Be shameless. Be fearless. Reach out when you're doing things in your community, especially something that could actually make a draw for people who to come to Mattoon County. I say Mattoon County. I don't know why I say Mattoon County. Anyway. Sorry about that, guys. I'm a little parched. I spent a large part of yesterday driving because it turns out one of my cars is on the dying, and I had to make a deal with my family, whom I love, and affectionately refer to as the Luxembourgese Mafia, which I love. This is not that is a term of endearment, to acquire a vehicle to offset that one while we get the other one fixed. And there was car juggling. It was a very thrilling day. So I'm a little parched, and I am getting my voice back. So I hope I can do things nice to our own Donna Carlene's ear and make her morning a little more smooth here at WNTF. Never mind the furthermore. Bam. All righty, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling hot. I got it. We're on a roll today. Cinnamon Roll Center's Blizzards return at DQ. I assume that's what they are. That or there's a Cinnamon Roll Blizzard, a Cinnamon Roll Center Blizzard running for the Republican Party, which is almost as good as my favorite candidate, Broken Vacuum Cleaner 2024. Finally, a candidate who doesn't suck. And for merchandise for that, I kid you not, go to LukeStoneStudios.com. Rising Tide Stan Hollifield has music on Bandcamp. Yes. And today they're having a special where almost all the money spent there goes to the creators and none of the admin costs. Whew. I'm going to have to remember that. And because I'm dealing with things, I'm going to do my improvised screenshot where I take a picture on my phone. Yeah, folks. I'm not really feeling sketchy today. Guess I'll be at DQ this afternoon. I missed the French silk pie blizzards at DQ with the that went up to about this tall. Yeah. As long as we're accounting, on no account of my own, I'm going to be setting up early at BurgCon. Come see us in Harrisburg at the Bulldog Business Center. Awesome. Then I'm spending the rest of the evening at either Barnes & Noble or Starbucks to mooch their Wi-Fi so I can get some editing done for my newest client. Why do you have to mooch Wi-Fi, Brian? Oh, probably because you're abroad. Never mind. I had to think about that. And there's nothing wrong. The Simple Sword was published at the Burger King in Michigan City on just north of the corner of 421 and 20. Just look for the one with the bullet holes in the ceiling. I think they finally cleaned them up. So, no green room for you tonight, Brian? Hello, kids. Grant, good to read your news today. Hello. Hey, Grant. Everybody's green, Grant. I might try. I've been feeling the need to green room recently. But between weird sleep patterns and being busy, I've denied myself. Oh, God. I'm worried about you, bud. If you need help, reach out. I'm serious. I can start talking in a monotone about how the day is and how the drives have been and mowing the lawn and getting things done. And then we can go into the basics of algebra, where we use letters as variables to represent assorted numbers that may be unknown. And if I can't get you to sleep doing that, Beowulf is getting super close to 3,000 on Kickstarter. Who will push us over? Can one of the admins post a link, please? And I as soon as I saw that while I was setting up the show, and I dealt with that. But we'll get to what happened a little bit later because I don't want to spoil the surprise. I might check in for 5 minutes just to say I did. Ooh, the green room in public. Bum, bum, bum. Yes, the green room in public. Something the public was not ready for. You know, can't you see the shaky video footage? Police are surrounding the local Starbucks. What? There, a gentleman in a fez has opened up some kind of bizarre Facebook group. Things are being said. That's right. Things are being said in public. The truth is getting out there. As the black helicopters fly overhead, they're on whisper mode. And all the guns get. Can they stop him? Can they stop? But nothing can stop the signal. Anyway, as we interrupt that random bit of thrill seeking, Grant's greeting everyone, calling them his favorite people, which is great. And Kickstarter.com/project/Mr. Grantastic Beowulf #4 Adventure that spans the centuries. So go there, Carl. Ask and ye shall receive from the benevolence of our own Carl Witzman. As usual, Carl, you are the man. Cool, Brian. Brian says, you're $15 closer, Grant, from me. That's right, because that's how we do things here. We hook each other up. And if you want to be hooked up and you want to get the message out there, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to this lovely channel. And see, Carl, I need a commercial from you. And Brian, I need a commercial from you and Grant, too. Anyone who doesn't have the secret link to my ad folder, DM me on either Facebook or Twitter if I know you. And I will give you the link. Please drop something rough, preferably a minute or less. You know, something between 30 seconds and a minute just seems to work best for everybody here. And that way I can help promote you. I am not currently charging. That may change, but I certainly will accept any gleeful donations that are made my way to broadcast your stuff at paypal.me/Nicholas Tockert, because I'm hoping you make more than I do. I don't mind building people up who are higher than me. That's part of what we do. Thanks for the reminder. Someone just pledged, Grant. I saw the numbers go up. BKM, yay! Nice. Nice. And I shared on Twitter and twice on Facebook. Feel the power. Feel the rising tide surging through you. Thanks, Brian. Uh-oh. Nick's here. Behave badly. That's right, folks. I want the authentic you. You don't. While I ask civility, there's a difference between civility and sanitization. Plus, I find the challenge to flirt without being vulgar or rant with minimal swearing is a welcome mental activation for me. It makes things matter just a bit more. My joy to do so, Grant. Woohoo! I got a wrench next to my name. Let's hope the power doesn't go to my head. It will, Grant. It will. Oh, I'm sorry. It's September now, and that means it's getting spooky season. And occasionally the spirit moves me. And I hope the spirits are moving you too. Let's see what else is coming on down the line. Grant, as a wise man once said, Howard chicken, power corrupts. But what the heck else is it good for? Now, see, this is one of those where I would encourage people that knowledge is power and power corrupts. So study hard be evil. I love that organ music on the theme. The narrator, meh. Oh, you silly, silly man, Carl. That is a wonderful theme, and I have been threatened that I would get in trouble by folks if I ever tried to switch it out. You are loved. The only time it isn't used is when I am breaking a Nevermind the Furthermore into another program, and then I use Luke's little themes as an intro and an outro. Morning, nerds. Morning, Nita. How you doing? Keeping that boss bee energy in the hive, and I am, honey, you know I'm here for it. Nita Lining is one of these Wednesdays. I'm going to clear it with you. Nita, I'm serious. You let me know. One of these Wednesdays, I'm going to have her on, and we're going to talk about all the awesome stuff she does behind the scenes, how she balances her own projects with promoting everyone else so powerfully, and what it's like being the other half to her and Daphne Leitch's amazing vlog shows, if you're both adult and consenting enough to enjoy their content. And if you aren't, wait. It's worth it. Oh, God. Nita! I don't know. If any announcer can make you pony up $1.99, it's him. A minute, it's him. That's right. Are you feeling lonely tonight? Well, our staff of gray-haired authors are all waiting to keep you entertained with their smooth tones at 1-900 NTF Dudes. That's right, 1-900 NTF Dudes. Our old dudes will remind you what it's like to address those daddy issues. Good morning, Radio Retro Future, or good afternoon to you. Yes, good. Can't wait to see how the coloring contest turns out. I'm in, guys, and I will shamelessly say, if you've backed that project, vote for me, because frankly, I could use the money. And if not, vote for what you think works best. I mean, I understand that integrity is the thing, but it was great fun to do it, and I don't stick my neck out enough for contests and things. I need to get better about that. That's part of my developmental arc. Hey, Nita, how are you doing? Hey, Bonsart. And hey, Nita. Oh, hey, Nick. Hello, my lovely Donna Carlene. And then, LOL, Brian. Yeah, okay, we're starting to get there now. People are going to be responding to what I said. More greetings. Oh, I don't think I said hello to you, says Brian K. Morris to Donna. And yeah, Nita's blowing kisses to Donna. What I love is how greeting and wonderful everyone is. Hey, Nick, dang, forgot to turn the volume down before you yelled. Children, that's not a yell. That's a mild warm-up. You should hear me in person when I cut loose or I sneeze. Boys, that's right, boys. Tell her more. Now, boys, I say. She can do that Cajun thing, y'all. You know, there's Southern and then there's Cajun, and she just, it can be problematic. Anyway, hey. Nita says, she probably need to find clothes while I listen. I have a thing in a bit. Honey, don't rush on my account. You just stay comfortable. Trust me, I have no doubt that your viewers will be very tolerant of whatever you choose to wear and however little you wear of it. I'm making that joke because that's a running thing between me and Nita and the epic battles she's having with moths. Nita, I love that Randy's got a new show at 5 a.m. It's like he's programming to make sure I could be awake at his show. Clever. No problems with a room this busy, BKM. Absolutely. Don't bother on our account. Naked Nita, excuse me. Yes, Carl Witzman can't type because his hands are occupied. Good day, Brian K. Morris of Rising Tide, and about to record the last chapter in your audiobook. That's what we want to hear, folks. Knocking projects out. That is a beautiful thing. And good morning, all. And that's Jody, and we know what happens when Jody McPhee comes on. You see, when Jody McPhee comes on, I have to fight my we get to run the smoothest ad in YouTube broadcasting, that of Mr. Joe D. McPhee from a desk of a small press publisher on WNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Yeah, we all love Jody, and he is so close to being done with his projects. It's not even funny. Well, I couldn't let the occasion pass, Donna. And way to go, Bonser. See, we are all support. We want you to succeed here. There are a lot of shows and programs, and I had a fairly good rant on Nerd Bacon yesterday about this. We are given a choice in life, okay? We can complain about what we don't like. And sometimes we need to. We all need to vent. Or we can try to build something better. And I believe if you don't like a source of media, whatever it is, or you feel it's coming from a insincere place, maybe acknowledging it's fine, but don't harp on it, because a lot of our society believes any press is good press, so give them none. I'm not going to sit here and talk about some show I don't like. I'm going to sit here and talk about the programs and books and authors and comic books and games and creations and creatives that I do like. Because the effort I take to shake my fists at the darkness, I could be putting to the grindstone to make something. And at the end of it, I'd either have some catharsis, which is nice, I'm not going to lie, or I can have a creation that other people might like. As a creator, I'll never fully like it. That's just part of the burden. But yes, and it's just so bright and beautiful, and that's what we want. We want to lean into the light. You gotta accentuate the positive, negate the negative, and never mess with Mr. In Between. And I know that's a misquote, but I can't remember the proper one, so you'll forgive me, my malaprop. Hey, you Joe. Beowulf 4 is getting really close to 3,000. One more backer could totally push us over. Awesome. Randy's going to start streaming 24/7, and we're going to just let him run free. Yeah, Randy Zimmerman's making up for lost time left, right, and center. He is a man on a mission, and I hope he can learn from that mission and really enjoy it. So let's see what else we've got, because he's got a lot of history, and I think it'll take a second. I have mine around. Let us not forsake those who came before us. Okay. I know where you went with that. Shame. I'm being serious for the moment, though it is funny. Let us not forsake the ones who came before us. Indeed, let us look for the wisdom that they carry. We are built upon the shoulders of greatness. I recently remembered, and given that I have memory loss, I will remember it again later, that I share a birthday with Jack Kirby. Undeniably one of the greatest creatives of modern history. Comics, theater, TV, movies, none of it would be what it is today without the roots that have grown from Jack Kirby, the seed of brilliance that he planted in humanity. He's one of the great minds of our time and totally underappreciated as such. But if we forsake the knowledge of that, if we forsake why, we're doomed to have someone else figured out again. And it's tragic because that's wasted potential. At the same time, we shouldn't worship it. We should learn and analyze critically. Yes, critical thinking. Not to be confused with other things that have critical in it. That's a different conversation. But critical thinking, looking at it, analyzing, and metacognition are important, folks. So listen to your elders, learn from them, and create more. And learn from the people who have different experiences from you. That's why we're all coming together. So keep on that. Let's see what else is in, because I'm still a bit behind on the comments. LOL, he's probably getting too much work done anyway. Yeah, that's the other hazard. If you're promoting too much, you're not creating, unless you're me and I multitask. Excellent, Gret Lantern. Woo, look at that hub. Isn't it amazing? And I mean, this is going to help because these 4 are charge ports. So I can charge cameras and things, which anybody who knows when my channel is working like it should, I have multiple units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 7 devices. This is going to be glorious. But I have to rearrange my whole power block setup, and I may have to get the new power block to be sure I can have everything I want plugged in. Upgrades are awesome. And in that time, I may actually clean up my study. Anyhow, so I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that would be everything I currently have set up. Happy Friday, happy Friday. Yeah, that's right, Cindy Koepp. Thank you for gracing us with your glory. I cannot believe how good it is to hear you coming through my little eye sockets. Yeah, I hear what I read. It's the way my brain works. And I think in rendered 3D. Don't worry about it. But since Cindy Koepp is here, well, guys, you know what has to happen.
Author Cindy Koepp is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Koepp at CKOEPP.com today.
And I'm so pleased to be able to run that video, folks. Cindy Koepp is one of those people who promotes everyone, and I really think you should be, if you have funds. And if you don't, I understand. Lord knows my funds get stretched. And you are going to repairs a lot right now, but if you have funds, reach out, buy something from Cindy Koepp. In fact, she has an amazing game called Stellari coming out that's supposedly very quick to learn and addictive to play. It involves poker chip-like entities, and I am so excited to learn more. I shared her video about it earlier on my Facebook and I believe Twitter. If not, I will correct that in the near future because that's how I roll. And reach out to her. She's doing amazing things. Now, let's see. Where else am I? Boom, boom, boom. Bum, 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 bum. This is Jody. Hey, Jody. Hey, Joe. And oh, it's Nick. I didn't recognize the new improved sexy voice. Well, apparently my mic system is actually helping. That's what I've been waiting to hear, darling. I hope this works well because I want to use this to do the recordings for the character I will be voicing, Benville, for our own Mike, Jimmy, Lorsha de Braun. All that's there. But I wanted to make sure that the sound isolation and this rig is actually improving the setting. Now, of course, I'll have to not have noise artifacts like rattling things around on the desk, but I'm hoping it helps. Let's see what else we have. Check out Beowulf 4. Don't worry if you haven't backed the other three. You can get those too at bit.ly/Beowulf. Stellari is live. Stellari so far, 4 backers and 65. 725. Well, we're going to try and get you long farther for that. Beowulf is a great book. You'll love it. I have no doubt. Oh, I'm excited for you, Nick. Yes, thank you. I'm excited for me too. A lot of great things are coming. Oh, look at this. Joe Bachman says, looks like you're over 3,000 now, Grant. Look at that. And go like, oh, for Grant. Go get Simple Sword. I got mine. Yes. Amazon.com. Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tucker. I want to take a moment before we go any farther. Thank you all for the people who have been hitting my Amazon site. I made more than I've ever made last month on Amazon. And I'm not gonna. I made $55 in 1 month, which in real world adult numbers is tiny, and I understand that to a lot of you. But when you look at the growth, it means something. You know what I'm saying? Because I can take that money and then I can use that. That's how I'm able to afford things like this. And between that and my beloved Patreon, and I can afford to do what I do and help people and order the books I need for the shows coming up. It is an honor and a privilege to serve the community, because when I write stuff, it's either very much to entertain or very much to educate. And my books, the 3-volume set of the Historical Fencing Guild's Manuals of Defense, starting with the Simple Sword, Fighting Axe, and now Simple Spear, they're kind of my babies. That it's a lot of how I can be useful when I feel physically useless. And today I was thinking about that. What are the tenets that define who you are, if you're honest about it? If you look at yourself and you go, what are my character traits? Do I like them? And, what makes you you? And for me, one of my chief, it's been, I try to be kind and I try to be useful. And when you're dealing with physical limitations, especially on the bad days, that leaves a vulnerability, because feeling useless will just sap your soul. And I can't express how much a privilege it is to be in a situation where I can take care of my son, which is important, but it's also, we'll be honest, working with the special needs people is not only thankless, but it's something that the crueler-minded people will come at you and they will tell you that it's a waste of time. Because there are people, and I've had people come up, these are people who will never do anything for anyone. What value do they have? And I have to walk away, both because it's such a shocking thing whenever I hear it, and I hear it staggeringly frequently, and because I am a man who has at points in life possessed a great well of anger, and I choose not to pull from it. I acknowledge it exists, and I just let it kind of sink in. So knowing that my books are selling, and then I get reviews. Very rarely I get a review, or I'll hear somebody's looking at it, uh, or I'll see a cluster. Because for me, if there's a cluster of sales, and usually they're formed, somebody will buy one, and then 2 or 3 will pop up the next day. And that means people are making groups based on what I'm doing and teaching themselves how to sword fight. And that means there's good going out there in spite of all the forces, I think, that have risen quite intentionally to prevent that good. That's powerful stuff, folks. That's important stuff. And I want to thank you all, because I truly believe, without having taken this show format and being able to share, and the people who share this, when you share this, it shares all these amazing people in the chat. And when you watch this, please turn on live chat. Be sure you have all the chat going. You don't want to miss my comment section. But keep at it. You're doing good, and you're helping me do good. And that's a gestalt. It builds up momentum, where the energy feeds into the energy that feeds into the energy, and it just spins up. And I've seen that mechanic used for so much evil in the world, especially lately, so much hate and anger. To see the same kind of winding motion for a force of good and enthusiasm. That's why I get up in the morning, and most days of the week I come and I eat my oatmeal, and I make a mix of my meal, and I sit down and I say, "Good morning, Nevermorians," loud enough to shake your soul awake. You guys are doing that. I'm just a reflective entity. Okay? I'm a candle with a big reflector. And because of you, we get so much done. So thank you. I'm going to get back into the comments. It must be getting close to a cutoff time, and that's okay. Let's see. Grant just broke 3,000 mark. Let's get another 500 to make this great comic happen. That's what we're here for. Tonight, Historical Fencing Guild, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll be here. We're talking swords. We're talking shenanigans. We're going to talk some spear stuff. It's going to be a good show. I'm looking forward to that. I've got some things I need to share and discuss, and I'm planning projects real soon. So I'm doing really, really good, and I do better every time you guys show up. Because when I get, oh God, my favorite thing ever is when I get a question from somebody who wants to know about swords or how to use it creatively, either to help them learn their techniques or to help an author or artist go, what's wrong with this picture? How do I fix the grip? What is this fight saying things? That my chat over there can sit and go, well, I know this style or this, and I think it looks this way. And we can help people very, it's like what group projects should be. It's like when you're sitting in a college cafeteria with a bunch of friends and you share an interest and somebody has a question, you can just get at it. It's very free and very powerful. So thank you. And come see us there on the Historical Fencing Guild channel. And we've got greetings to Joe and Brian. Hi, Brian. He tends to teleport. Thanks, Joe. Joe Bachman, talk to Nick about Frogger, the LARP. I would love to do that, except it's basic. They did a game show on one of the free channels, and I can't remember if it's Pluto. Yeah, God, it's one of the free channels actually did a Frogger game show. And it's basically like Wipeout or the most important, most extreme elimination challenge. That's right, Kenny. This is Brian K. Morris of somewhere Illinois, now Indiana, and he's going to try to make it across the log jam. Oh, what a splash. Coming soon to the Stellaris campaign, a nifty new tier or add-on or both. Get games for books at the cost. Get games and books at cost for comic books for kids. Help the kiddos who are stuck in hospitals. bit.ly/Stellaris. This is coolness. I love this. That's beautiful. I think I'm going to learn another version of coding language to make a basic 2D version of BSR come to life. Yes! Y'all don't know how excited I am about that. I can't wait for him to have that so he can tell me what he needs from me, because I want to be able to help any way I can. And oh my gosh, I am so excited. Seriously, to have one of my IPs in a game I designed get turned into a video game? Are you kidding me? That's right up there with getting an action figure made of you, or better, your IP. When you publish your first book, things like that. That's huge. I'm here for it, Joe. You tell me what you need. I think there was an old series, Perry Roden, where one of the guys could teleport, but he had to be able to see the spot where he wanted to teleport. Limited but useful. I love that. I do that. Amazon has Neuroses and Amy Hale's books. Amazon.com/Amy Hale. You know what? I have not run her spot in a bit, so let's do that, because I want to support Amy Hale even though she doesn't make it to the show. And I love promoting. Joe D. McPhee says, Nick, almost finished with middle part of the new module. We'll be sending it to you soon. Can't wait to see it, Joe. And don't be afraid when you're setting out the layouts for these things to go look at any modern game system and look at how it's laid out. This is something I had to talk to Luke about, and it's something I have to do. There's certain formatting tricks that people have come to associate with game books, and it makes them very familiar feeling. And that's what you want. You want a new game system, but you want the layout to feel welcoming. So we can talk more about that. Yeah. Ooh, if you meant turning big stompy robots into a video game, check out Harebrained Scheme's BattleTech game. Ooh, because there are two varieties of, well, there are actually three varieties, and I will talk about the third when the world gets to be a beautiful place, of big stompy robots I would love to do. I would love to see it as a top-down grid-based tactics game. I think that would be the simplest way to do it. I would love to see a MechWarrior style POV, but possibly in the black and white drawing style, simplified drawing style I've done through the books. That would be phenomenal. At which point I just have to sit on and work on a whole bunch of digital assets for Joe, which means I have to learn stuff, but that's okay. Like Dwayne King always says in NCIS New Orleans, go learn things. But I will look that up. If you have a link, please send me the link, because I love BattleTech. And you know what? Shout out to Blanley Pardue. What happened to him was not fair nor just. But instead of being a think about it and raging, he raged reasonably and he talked about it. And he's starting a whole new game system. And I want to support and promote him as much as possible. I may be crazy enough to ask him to come on our show someday. I'm not sure. He may say no, but we'll see. Amazon reviews made less impossible. Doesn't mean I haven't written because I haven't written a book that doesn't need more reviews. Yes, please review. If you buy something from our good friends, and you should, review it. And if you don't know how, get this book from Brian. Read the how to review and understand why reviewing is so important, and then buy it. As we barrel towards the Halliburton Thankmas season, you need some irreverent humor. That's Brian K. Morris's link on Amazon. And yes, that's going to be amazing. We're also barreling towards my favorite private holiday, Leafy Moss. Leafy Moss is the holiday where poor authors and readers share PDFs of ebooks and things to each other, so that in the coming winter and stuff, if they are tight, they can all sit and read ebooks. You're more than welcome to share hard copies and stuff if you can afford it. But the root of this, and part of it is to set up for one of my most important rituals of the year. Every October, my family sits down and we read day to day, and we always scramble it up at some point, and that's okay, through a book, A Night in the Lonesome October by Roger Zelazny. It is a tale of Jack. Yes, that Jack. And a whole bunch of other literary figures competing to either start or prevent an apocalypse. A rather well-scheduled Lovecraftian apocalypse. And it's told from the perspective of Jack's dog, Snuff. It is brilliant. It is incredibly sharp, some of the best use of public domain figures ever written. And if you haven't read it, acquire it. It's a little hard to find, but I would never suggest no, I'm sorry. Yar, my eye. Yar. I would never suggest such things as acquiring it dubiously. But what? And let's see. Stellari has been playtested by real humans. bit.ly/Stellari. Memory what? Memory, I don't know. What? What am I supposed to remember? I don't remember. Oh no. Radio Retro Future. I'll take a look at that. As someone who suffered from insomnia at various times in my life, I recommend yoga, melatonin, and meditation. I said that's what. I have a lot of it for me is setting the schedule. If you can't sleep, it's still better to rest and then, just lay in bed, chill, close your eyes, because our optics are the huge use of our mental RAM. So you close your eyes, you breathe slow. There is a trick. It's like breathe out for 3, breathe in for 7, out for 5, or so. It's 3, 5, 7, and my dyslexia has got hold of the numbers and jumbled it up. But that will actually help, if nothing else will. I have a Pavlovian response now to a certain type of rain noise because I use a rain noise generator to tell me it was time to sleep. But at least a half hour away from blue light, that's your devices. Don't read anything good to go to sleep because we'll stay up. I know us. Come on, just one more page, one more chapter. Hey, I don't know. I need to read the next book in the series. Laurel K. Hamilton did that to me a couple times. Bear Publications has cool sci-fi anthologies and some cool novels, even a comic book or two at bearpublications.com. I like it. You're spicing up your copy there, Cindy, and I love that you do that. At Joe Bachman, it's a great game with the advanced Battletech mod. Still playing it. Cool. Get Roll Cruise's fun art on posters, mugs, and other stuff at bit.ly/bearpub. An aerobic exercise earlier in the day, more than 2 hours of bed before bed, can help you sleep too. Appreciate that, Graham. And Nick will be talking. Absolutely. I abused caffeine on monstrous levels in my life. That's part of why I don't drink it now. And I mean devastatingly high quantities of caffeine. I used to go 2 or 3 days regularly without sleep. I think my longest is 5 to 7, somewhere in there, before I finally passed out for a while. And it takes you almost as many days as you're at least as many days as you were insomniating to get over being insomnia. Once you get sleep, to recover, you would need at least that. Usually it's closer to twice that before you start to feel like you're not drawn out. And my sleep schedule, like so much about me, is disturbedly fragile. So once you find the rules, you have to go by the rules, or else it all falls apart and you have to build back up. Comic related madness for more comic book fun. Awesome. At that YouTube channel. Coloring contest winner announcement. It's Johan Alexander and his Boa submission. I won't be able to pronounce that word. It's missing at least one key vowel, so that will not even come out of my mouth, and I might summon something if I try. And if you don't know what that is, it means it's time to read the Wrench in the Machine. Michaela had to take a phone call, but she's back now. Welcome back, Michaela. I hope you're keeping the phone lines open. And if you have a comment or question, be sure to hit us up in the comments here on either Facebook or YouTube. Apparently, Twitter will not give me comments. I'm not sure why. It may just be a Twitter thing, but I do share there for those who want to follow. Animal artist is Roll Cruise. Check out his stuff on DeviantArt, as well as other cool places, ArtStation/Roll Cruise. And I'm on DeviantArt. I've been there for 19 years now. Please support it. Get custom art from Roll Cruise at Subscribestar Roll Cruise. Anyone wanting to get some of Dan's music, danhollifield.bandcamp.com. He is a talented and amazing musician, artist, author, and he's entirely too humble about it. It's that Southern charm. I tell you, that man could smooth talk the stink off a skunk. I mean, it's something. Victoria Adams is ready to release some Nepalese-inspired fantasy. She's also got some great books about supporting people and enduring. And that's on my I need to read links. Thanks, Joe. BKM's not abroad. He's a manly man. He's a man in tights, tights. Anyway, speaking from experience, as a medieval reenactor, you think I didn't rock the leggings? Leggings as pants are incredibly mobile. The women are onto something. Sentence to Troll 5 is out. Catch on the series. www.amazon.com/slrowland. And you can get webpage redesign at Studio Hubris.website, Studio Hubris 5. Quad City Comic Con for all the conventions. And we're going to list a few of them because she always does. Des Moines Quad Con Comic and Toy Show is September 24th and 5th, coming soon to Merrill May Hall. You'll need to drop by and get some Dragons and books. Buy stuff from Cindy. Thank you for noticing, Donna. He's a man. He's a manly man. What makes a man? Is it the power in his hand? Is it his quest for glory? Is it the way he fights every day? Anyway. Hey, Michaela. Now that Now You're a Man song is stuck in my head. Uh, I wish just having great ideas paid, because being creative doesn't pay the bills until you put it to work. Preach. I would, my dream job would be when people go, "Hey Nick, here's this," because what'll happen is people will randomly give me a sentence. I'll give them a couple paragraphs of awesome, and I can't not do it. It's like, here, boink, bam. And if somehow I could turn that into a paid service, cha-ching. But until then, let's go. Our Kickstarter ends tomorrow. Nearly made 1,500. Just one more backer. Can somebody give it a share? Right here. You don't have a hold on. Give me a second. I have to use my powers for evil and not good. I mean, what? No, never. Where are you, Radio Retro Future? Bam. Okay, I have a comment dump on my phone checking my top chat. Oh, top. Why is it giving me top chat? Okay. I want all chat. Live chat. There we go. Let's let that rattle for a minute and see if it lets it. Anyway, I'll see if I can't get you a hook. Meh, we make nothing. Yeah, but we create everything. So it's high time the world start. Pay your workers. You know what, folks? I'm going to put this out there to the quiet audience who isn't in the chat. If you like having access to media, pay your artists, pay your writers. Quit demanding all that stuff should be free. It's annoying. Okay, that's really weird. Okay. It's glitching. We'll deal with the glitch later. And thus ends Cindy's break. I stink at marketing, so go check out Stellari. Help me hit the 30% mark by Monday night. bit.ly/Stellari. Don't forget to tip your host. Bring cookie home. Drop by Patreon and support all the creative folks. Also, she usually reminds you to check out Rick Sarton 76 for all your cartoon goodliness. So we'll drop that for her. Behave like what? Any way you want. Cindy, you know we love you. Michaela Jade is hungry. Feed me, Seymour. Me too. F being vulgar. People all offended and stuff. Not worth it. A total pain in the butt. Now, I edited that because I tried to keep my swearing down on this, because I try to put things out I don't mind my son watching. And that's not anything I hold against anybody. I prefer people who swear because they're proven to be more honest. And also oftentimes more intelligent. It's funny, but yeah, you can swear without being vulgar or unnecessary. There's a balance to it. It's an art form. And yes, I get the joke, but a lot of times literal Nick will just take over. Hey, Michaela, yeah, Humphrey too. Could get lunch soon. Yep, that's my plan. People get offended by non-vulgar things too. In the old days, we might get offended, but we kept our mouth shut about it. Well, that's the thing. In the old days, you also it wasn't quite so easy to go to jail for many years when somebody opened their mouth because they thought they could get away with it and caught hands. Concussive maintenance resets many things, and back in the old days, if you mouthed off, somebody might just smack you one to a sliding scale, and I'm not sure that was wrong. Being a guy who mouthed off and caught many a punch, you have to decide, is the juice worth the squeeze? And because you weren't raised a little bee, Carl, that's right. But like I said, I try to stay civil, at least on this channel. True Grant, true Nita, that's called progress, Carl. That which does not kill us makes us stronger. Donna Carlene says hi again so she can hear that sexy voice. Hi, hi again, Donna. Now, if you wanted to hear my voice in your ear All you had to do was ask. I live to serve the people in my chat. I am a humble bringer of joy and merriment on a festive Friday. So you just enjoy whatever you need to do, darling. Anyway, back to usual. Radio Retro Future Kickstarter campaign, Associations of Ishtar /KS. Not just accepting the BS that society has indoctrinated in us and saying, hey, maybe we need to rethink stuff that we say without thinking that might be problematic. It's a balance. You want to be honest, but you also don't want to be unnecessarily offensive. I try to be clear, and because people will think, Nick, you're being offensive. And that's only the people who haven't really seen when I am truly offended about something or someone, which there are things I find offensive. Pedophilia. That's a great one to jump to. Cruelty to animals. Things like that. I will vent my opinions on. And I reserve that right. But I try not to be offensive unnecessarily. One, because I feel better when I'm nice. It really is. It's just that simple. And the other thing is, one, I was taught, yes, start nice, because once you stop being nice, you can't get nice back. And two, I want the impact. If I am truly bothered, if someone has said something despicable that needs to be addressed, if someone has done something unreasonable or despicable that needs to be addressed, I want, when I respond, I want my voice, my body language, the setting around me, the veritable air to crackle in anticipation of my fury. Because there are several wise things that are said, and one of them is, beware the fury of a gentle man. And there is, friends, a difference between being gentle, being peaceful, and being a doormat. In order to be peaceful, one must understand and have experience, in my opinion, with the capacities to do what must be done in an unpleasant situation. I do not condone violence, but I do study it. I understand much of it, and then I study it like anything else I would like to prevent. But I understand that there are situations where it may be necessary, such as, the protecting of hearth and home, defending one's loved ones, being able to respond when you are pressed against the wall and you have to hold the line and say, no, this is the truth. At that point, one must have in their toolkit a number of vital capacities to respond to the situation as the situation merits. But the vast majority of time, if given my druthers, I, as essentially an oversized hobbit, and barely oversized in the company I usually keep, would far rather say, let's go, let's sit down and eat something, because most of the problems in the world come from people not eating or drinking enough. I'm serious. People get hangry and they get stupid, and they get in a rush. Slow down, breathe, have a hamburger, and talk things over like civilized people. But I will find that one can accomplish a lot more with a 2x4 and a smile than just a 2x4. True, Grant, some things need to be called down, but sometimes it gets silly. And yes, we misuse people's we misuse the terminology. People banty about words like evil and monstrous and the term Nazi, to the point where when one encounters the real thing, the term has lost its impact. That's why I try to be careful with my vocabulary. When I see something beautiful or glorious, I say, this is beautiful. This effort is glorious. It brings glory to you and to itself. Yes. I use awesome both in the 90s colloquial and the original. When you see the awesome glory of the sunset over the Grand Canyon and the land is as fire. I saw a solar eclipse in the most unpleasant version. The teacher left the room, and the children who with me, I was a kid. They thought they wanted to find out if someone actually would go blind if they looked at it. So they grabbed me, pried open my eyes, and held my head out and tried to aim me at the sun so that I would go blind, or at least they could see. And I actually do have some scarring on the back of my eyes, but the sky was as blood, and the water, there had been rain, shone with this glow, and everything was this odd black. And I've never seen anything like it. And I can still see it crystal clear, in part because I was afraid it was the last thing I was going to ever see, so I might as well pay attention. There is beauty in this world, and there is power in words. We are wordsmiths. We craft words. We need to use them. And that, my friends, comes from experience and caution. This is why I pause so much. A lot of times I will pause before I respond. Why? I'm letting myself think about what I'm going to say. But do that. Don't go for the low-hanging fruit of verbiage. It's slothful. Grant, come to the green room and ask about my shortwave antenna and the uproar it caused. That's a tonal shift. Is shortwave antenna a euphemism for something in your pants? Not this time. Ha ha ha. Go Grant. Go Grant. Thanks, Joe Bachman. No problem, Monsart. Took me a minute to remember where the links were hidden at on the machine. Glenn B. Fleming. Nick! Glenn! My friend, my brother across the pond, crafter of Hatch, and the guy who sends me amazing things that I can't share because it's fun. He's doing things with Hatch. He's animating things and creating things, and it's glorious. And when you get to see it, I will be like, yes, I told you it was coming. FB is a hot garbage these days. Most social media can be, and you have a choice. We can rage about it, which is valid. Vetting is necessary, but then just unfriend people. If they're negative and they're impacting your life, let them go. If it affects your sales, no amount of money is worth personal discomfort. You know what I'm saying? Mental strife. No, I'm not going to. You are not going to inconvenience me without my consent. And that's the thing. It's unconsensual. Come on Facebook to see how my family and friends and promote good people. It's like rage, hate. We're going to spout this, that, or the other. Walk away from it. Hail, folks. Hail, the gang's all here. Hojo's in the house, it's clear. Good morning, Glenn and Hojo. Crud, I can't make my new fiance mad. Whoa. Got to go. Can't make my new fiance mad. Also, I probably crossed the line a bit earlier. You can block me. I'll understand. No. Everybody has a day, and I understand part of your situation, Nita, and I understand whatever. And we're cool. I will message you this because you'll probably miss this till you catch the rerun. See you later, Nita. Have a good day, Nita. I'm going to ask this. Should I start a Patreon? If I do, what do you think I should offer for the month's sub? I think everyone who's consistently creating something, videos, etc., should start a Patreon. Because of car problems and computer problems, I was not reliably able to get on my Patreon this week. So I have a late blog to write. I may do something special. But the set up a Patreon, just set up a couple low tiers and offer behind the scenes stuff. Offer them. My Patreon viewers get to see the Simple Sword as I was writing it. They had the opportunity to make comments, and I need to ask them if they'd be interested in seeing my fiction that I'm working on and make commentary or read it as a bonus. It's a little off topic, but yeah, find your niche. The worst thing that happens is you try, you set it up, and you fail. Who's your new fiance, Daphne? Do not forget to like. Yep, she's my fiance. We're going to be trashed together forever now. Hey, you know what? I hope you have a lovely little polycule forming. And I'm 80-20 on whether this is a joke or not, shtick or not. And because of the circles I travel in, I until proven otherwise, I will be genuinely happy for you because you two are awesome together. And yeah, rock on. And you're still here, or at least you were still here for that. But I got to get we're overlapping our show, so I'm going to knock out these comments, and then I'll hop over and probably bug them. Folks who can comment, those folks won't contribute to side. Just ask them, what have you done? Have they cured cancer, dug wells in Africa, wiped out malaria? Nope. I've taught some people how to sword fight, made some games, and helped some special needs folks. I tell stories. And I draw anime peoples. I hope that's enough. I love Most Extreme Elimination Channel. That was my favorite viewing in college when coming home from the bar drunk. Oh, yes. Yes. The creative writing and dubbing in that is great. Amy Hale does have the peppiest music. Well, gotta get ready for my trek. Everyone have a great Labor Day. I am quite behind. I gotta knock this out. And Carl, one of the men who translated Perry Road and Dwight Decker, is a good buddy of mine. I know that name. Cool. Amy Hale's music makes Grant want to dance. Cool, BKM, and safe travels. Do it. Good exercise. The things I'll need most with learning another programming language, or several, not sure, is more time in the day and more memory capacity for my brain, not the PC. I was going to say, I'll pass we can pass the playground and try to help you out on that. I just bought 2 of Dan Hollifield's albums on Bandcamp. Yay, Carl Witzman. Woo, we got comment dump, and I am 20 minutes behind. So let's knock these out. Gonna get some lunch, suckers. Have a wonderful day. You too. Have a great weekend, Grant. Everybody's saying bye to Grant. Bye to Grant. Awesome. YouTube always defaults to top chat, even before the show starts. Always go to top chat, and if you leave, always goes back if you leave the show and come back or move from one monitor to another. I know it is a pain in the butt. You always have to go back and hit all chat. That's what does not kill us. There are days when I should be able to bench press a Buick. I shrugged off a Buick hit once. I got smacked by a Buick and thrown in a tree. I have odd relationships with Buicks. Gotta go. Audiobooks don't record themselves. Hit it and quit it. Get it done, Bonsart. Every time Luke gets to this point, every time Nick gets to the point, I need to say, everybody have a great day. It's a weird time to come in. Howdy, folks. Howdy, Richie. I'm so glad you could make it. I was trying to run a little late to let you tell folks about your bucket list. Let's see. Hey, Rich. As an EMT, we need to understand how wounds are caused in order to treat the wounds. Brilliant. Wow, what the heck did I miss? I definitely need to go back and watch this. Always. You never want to miss this show because it has ups, it has downs, it goes all around. And I still believe that, dear government, give me, food and travel and the legal right to use this single hammer, says Tockert on the side, and I will solve most of the world's problems if you let me go and apply this hammer wherever it is needed. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning. I'd hammer in the evening. All over this land. Wow. I'd hammer out justice. Anyway, wow, I just pulled a Peter, Paul, and Mary out of the backwards. Have a great weekend. Find some food. I'll see most of you later in this evening on one platform or another. All right, looks like we've lost most of the people we needed to. Y'all have had fun. Richie, you came in late, so wait. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer at morning. I'd hammer all over the idiot drivers going through my job site. Yes, folks, we need to get a hammer to Joe. Anyway, see you later. So what we're going to do, I want to run at least one bit real quick because I always try to run, let me look at these channel. I have a couple I need to run. I've been talking too much. But we are going to start with the one I talk through because, bam. It's not a Nevermind the Furthermore if I'm not talking through the wonderful ad for our own rock and roll art goddess, Miss Kelly Ravenel. Yes, she is amazing and everywhere online. Multiple Instagrams, multiple accounts. But what she's doing is she is creating and supporting things to help children enjoy and love art, to be better and safer and deal with the stresses that life comes, to support the other educators in this probably one of the hardest times in the education experiment, to take part and to support each other. And there is nothing more powerful than a radiant, beautiful woman on a mission to help others get better. And that is what she is. And I will plug and promote her every day I can because, Kat, you are that awesome. Now, like I said, I'm kind of going through the ads I missed, and I do want to remind you, like I said, #LetCatArt. We're gonna throw.
Welcome to Hybrids, the Sons of Gods. The epic remaster of the original Trash Day arc is now being collected in a standard trade paperback. With more story, more art, and behind-the-scenes information, this book is the way creator Luke Stone intended the story to be told. This special Arrow Comics Remastered edition is full of energy and excitement. Critically acclaimed and one of independent comics' favourite teen books, you are sure to find yourself lost in this expansive universe. So, secure a copy today in this crowd-funded group buy. Once the funds are collected, the books will be sent off to print and delivered post-haste. Luke and the Arrow Comics team have a perfect record of fulfillment. You can pledge with confidence.
All right, folks, I have one. In a minute, I'm going to run Frog G's ad, and then I'm going to call the day. It has been a beautiful, beautiful chat. Thank you all for coming out. I will be back tonight at 8 p.m., assuming my internet allows me, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central for the Historical Fencing Guild's live stream, where we'll talk about who knows what. It will involve swords and shenanigans. I'm trying to track some things down. I will be thanking, again, the guild both for this lovely mic boom, so I'm not juggling it, and this guy, which I get to set up probably between shows, if I'm feeling that fearless. And from that, I need to promote Frog G. So I'm going to just drop Frog G's. It's 30 seconds. Just support a man who supports so many other people.
Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a what? Yeah. You know I be on a what? Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a what? Yeah. It's all hard. fear here. You ain't giving this at all, you steer clear. Never beat, I've been down and I reappear. You got some money on the line, you better put it here. Rolling in and doing that work.
All right, folks, I'm going to see you later tonight, and then next Monday, right on this channel at 10 a.m. for Nevermind the Furthermore. Between now and then, I want you guys to think about your creative bucket list. What are the dreams you have? And work towards, just pick one and make it happen. Whatever you need to do. Be fearless in your pursuit of the things and people you love. And with that, please write every day. Please create, because no matter how bad it may come out, if you're worried about it, you can always edit it. You can fix it, make it better, but you can't edit a blank page. So I will see you all